Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. It is Angela, the Traveling Crafter, and if you are in the need for a creative boost, in this video I am going to be mass making 5-minute ephemera. And it's just 2 different projects, quick hidden journaling spots, as well as pockets for your junk journals and your planners. It's one of those projects that's perfect when you're short on time, if you're maybe in a creative slump, if you're a beginner, and it's kind of a way to feel accomplished when maybe you haven't felt accomplished. And it's also perfect for beginners because you need very few supplies. And even some of the things that I have today, you don't even really need. So let me show you what we're going to be creating. The first thing that we're going to create is this journal pocket. Let me bring this journal is not put together yet, so I need to be careful. But what I did is created just a kind of, think of it like a checkbook registry, where you just using 6x6 paper and you have tons and tons of journaling space in here. But then when you put it down on your page, you're going to glue it on 3 sides so that you can create it into a pocket as well. So it's kind of multi-purpose. And it is our first 5-minute craft that we're going to do. Let me move that aside. And then I'll show you in a second what the other thing we're going to make is. Okay, so we don't need the trimmer for this one. And we don't need these things right now. But here's a couple of other ones that I did. And let me tell you how I came about these. So this morning I was having my coffee, and well, before I tell you the story, let me tell you what you need so you can grab those while you're listening to my story. And let me get situated. You're going to need some 6x6 paper for this project, but you can use any square pieces of paper, as big or as small as you wish. So I have 3 right here. You're going to need a stapler that you can staple in the middle of a page. So sometimes you will have the regular type of stapler that you can put down on a mat and, well, let me see. Can I explain it? I don't know if I have one handy. I don't think this one does it. But essentially one that this one does not. But that oh yeah, it does. So that you can just put it down in the middle of your page anywhere. I have this little Craftelier stapler that I'll show you how I use, but you'll want to be able to staple in the middle of it. And then you just need 3 pieces of paper. So here we go. 5-minute ephemera at its finest. So this morning I was having my coffee, and I'm going to put this one in the middle. So I'm going to fold it the opposite way. And I was watching my friend Khadijah at the Brass Twig. Go follow her if you don't already. And she was flipping through a haul. One of the things that she got was some vintage ephemera, and it was a little, kind of like a little notebook, similar to this. Honestly, I don't even know what it was. I don't remember. All I noticed was, oh, those would be something that I could really kick out a bunch of and create in 5 minutes or less and kind of get my groove on today because it's Sunday morning, and why not? And then she showed another little piece of ephemera, and I was like, well, I could make that too. So here we are. I immediately brought my coffee down to the craft room, and I got started. All right, so I'm just going to do a little bit of, you don't have to do this, not important at all. The reason I did it here is because I want you to see this when I actually put it together. So in order to keep your pages together, just stick a little paper clip right up here. If you want to see this in fast time, you can, I do have a short for both of these projects, so go check that out. Now here's how this little piece works. I do have this in my Amazon favorites because I really do like it, but it doesn't get utilized as much as it should, so this is a perfect way for me to use it. So you lay this down, you decide where you want your paper, you put this on top of it, it just holds your paper down, and then you put your stapler piece right on top of that, and it kind of just nestles right in there. Now I'm going to move this just a little bit so that this staple goes right on this line, or sort of right on that line. There you go. Ooh, I nailed it. Then you're just going to move it up to the middle. I'm going to put this on top of it. I'm going to put this down, and now this is quite a ways off, so I just need to move it up. And yeah, that's kind of in the center. Staple it again, just like you would see like a checkbook registry or a little bit of notebook or a little notebook. And all you need is 6x6 paper, and you don't have to cut anything. You don't have to glue anything. You just staple your little heart's desire, and in minutes you can create so many of these. And there you have it. Now we have our little checkbook type folio, and then when you're ready, you can just pop this down on the page. You could just stick it into, you could stick it into a pocket like this, and now you've got a little notebook. Or you can put it on a page for added journaling space and make this into a pocket. Bada bing, bada boom. And stay tuned, because I'm going to share with you a couple little tips on kind of batching all of your ephemera together so it's at the ready. And hopefully it will help, kind of along the same lines as my series on crafting chaos and the micro-organizing. Okay, for this one, I am using the ones we're going to make, or the one we're going to make is a little bit smaller than these. This particular one is 5.5 inches wide by 11 inches long, and what I used are file folders. And the ones that we're going to make, or the one we're going to make, is 4 inches by, which one's the 4-inch one? Let me see. This one is the 4-inch one. We're going to make a mini one, because I thought it would be fun. Again, using file folder. This is 4 inches wide by 11 inches long. That's all you need. You're going to need a little bit of glue, and if you feel like it, a corner rounder. Maybe a bone folder, or the back of your scissors, whatever you got. So all you're going to do, this is so easy. Oh, and you're going to need your trimmer. But these are just really durable. Again, you can put this down on your page. You can have it as a pocket. You can make another pocket here or here so that there's even more place to put tags and fun things like that. But it's as easy as this. So you cut your piece of paper down to 4 by 11, like that, right? Like, not like that, but with that. And then all you do is literally take this and fold it wherever you kind of want, however wide you want this to be. And I just eyeball it, and I just fold it. Kind of try to keep it straight at the bottom and the top, and then fold it down. I might have wanted to go a little bit farther here. I think I do. I want this to be more even with the edge. There we go. Well, now it's like a true little folder. Cute. All right. Step 1. Done. Now you're going to open it up. You're going to bring over your trimmer. You're going to cut just a piece right off of there. It's that easy. It's not easy. And just go from the very top of this crease here at an angle down. You can save this and use it on the front if you wanted. I am not going to. I'm going to put it in my scraps. Then I am going to take my corner rounder just for a little extra. And I'm going to corner round that and corner round right here. Now it looks a little bit different. I'm going to also highlight this with a little, I think this is Vintage Photo, just so you can see it a little bit better. All right, there you go. You can do that for the inside as well. Why not? And you glue it down. Come on. It's just so quick and easy. Now, you could do these, and as I promised, I will talk a little bit about some organization opportunities. Let me put all my supplies away, and then I'll glue this up. So I have 2 different ideas for you. So this I would consider a finished ephemera. these as well, because, I mean, this one I'm not going to probably embellish. I may embellish that one. Probably that one too. But I'm really going to call these all finished ephemera because they're ready to roll. I also have, and I'll tell you about that in a second, but I also have a pre-made ephemera bin, and it sits right here to my right underneath in a cabinet. And it has everything. So it has things that are done that need to be decorated or that I might use for a project. So it includes tags, pockets, envelopes, any belly bands, anything in between that have not been finished yet. So I put those in there so I can just at the ready have them, and then I can decorate them with whatever I'm creating, correct? And then I have a bin for, and I'm just calling them bins. They're just fabric containers. They're pretty big. I think I got them at the Dollar Tree. And I have one for pockets and envelopes. I have one for journal cards, which I would consider a journal card because it's lots of journaling. I have one for tags, and I have one for, well, actually I have one for journal cards and notebooks. So this would go in there. And, you know, you can use them. You don't have to use them this way. You could also use them this way and put them on your page and then make a pocket if you wanted as well. So it's just a really quick way for me to, if I'm working on a project, pull out whatever that is, whether it's pockets, tags, journal cards, and I have them all right there. And then I can just pull from those for that project. And I have everything nice, neat, organized, and I don't have to go searching for things. So just a little added tip. If you liked this video, consider giving it a thumbs up, but more importantly, tell me what you might do with these and leave me a comment because you know I like my comments. I love to visit with you all. And if you're new here, please introduce yourself. I would love to learn more about you. And I hope you come back again. I hope you enjoyed that 5-minute ephemera little project, and I hope you give them a try. Until next time, friends, remember to take time to just be. We'll see you soon. Cheers.